Welcome to this edition of Vince and You, and today we'll be looking at this question about the current affairs and the status of politics in Nigeria. Remember, this is African Free Press TV, where we report Africa from a refreshing perspective to the world and to Africa. On this edition, we'll be looking at a simple question: is President Muhammadu Buhari recycling? We know what is recycling. The idea of trying to bring back what has been in the past. So when you look at the appointments that Mr. President has made so far, is he recycling? Where is the youth of today? Do they have a future? Where are the women of today? Do they have a future? Because in the appointment made so far by Mr. President, not one single youth, not one single woman has been included, apart from obviously the INEC chairperson, but all the rest of them has been men. Is there a space for issue of recycling? And secondly, we look at the issue of the expected nominations for the ministerial positions. Is he going to recycle based on the appointment he made so far? Remember, we've got issue of recycling across us, but let's confirm. And to do that today in this particular edition, we have fantastic Amanda Chisom, a social blogger and an advocate for women empowerment, a believer in youth enterprise and youth support to play a role in their fatherland. Welcome to this edition, Amanda.
Thank you.
Let's go straight. The question here is President Muhammadu Buhari recycling based on the nomination he's made so far and the expectations for the oncoming appointment or nominations for ministerial positions? What do you think?
First of all, the president is a recycled leader too. You have to think of that. He's also a recycled leader. So it's obvious he's going to stick with people. He has some level of familiarity, and he was honest enough to come out and say that he's going to appoint people he can work with and he's familiar with, and those who have been with him all over the years. So it's not a big issue. But when it comes to the point of where are we now, this is 2015, obviously, this is not 1985. So what applied in 1985 is not going to hold ground now. We are at that point of our lives where when you look at the Western countries, you find out that their key persons are youths and people who wants to change, who really wants to work, who are developed in every aspect and are keyed in the developmental phase of 2015 and the modern technologies and all that. We are recycling leaders every day, because I just read a report on Punch and I saw the list of those that had been nominated for the ministerial positions that had gone to the DSS for screening, and I'm seeing names of people who have been there and who I want to assume did not do anything. I don't know what they have to offer. I'm sad because I feel that Nigeria is a country that has so much when it comes to human resources. Why are we not tapping into this?
Okay, all right. So you are supporting the question to say that after all, our president is a recycled president.
Yeah,
so obviously he supports the idea of recycling.
Yeah.
So where does that leave the youth of Nigeria when it comes to the youth of Nigeria and the role they can play in the issue of opposition? Because opposition can also be legitimate, it's also it's also legal. So if the youth of Nigeria are not involved in the appointment made so far, if there is no, it's looking very sad that they may not be involved in the ministerial appointment also or nominations. Now, what is the future for the youth of Nigeria? When they say that we are the leaders of tomorrow, is that just mystery, just like folklore? Is it possible? What is it going to do about the youth, the women, the young girls? Fantastic breed of people have in Nigeria, well learned, well educated across the world. What is going on? What is the future?
You know, one of my lingering concerns in Nigerian development and growth is the fact that the youths here are wasting. There is no room for growth like you have in the Western world. I'm really concerned because I don't think it's going to stop till the youth themselves rise up and take their future in their hand. It's like these people, the senior citizens who are currently in charge of the national issues and government and everything, are not willingly going to hand over to the youth. It's sad, but that's the truth. If you want it, you have to take it. The youth themselves can come together and form a viable opposition. It doesn't have to do with party lines. It doesn't have to do with your tribe affiliations or whatever, religious affiliation or anything. It's about us. If you tell us we are the future leaders of tomorrow, when is tomorrow? We have people who have been in government as far back as 1984, even before some of us were born, still trying to be our leaders now. And we have the president. At some point, most of the people he has appointed were people he pulled out of retirement. Does it mean that there are no credible people in the younger generation to do that? Why are you pulling people out of retirement? Someone who retired as far back as 2010 or something, what has he learned between 2010 and now? But I keep saying it, the president is a recycled material also, so he's bound to stick with his kind. If we had a younger president, let me say a president who is in tune with the needs of the current world affairs and all that, he would definitely not go to pick people that are retired to come and work with him. He will pick people who are enthusiastic about change too. So I will actually say we don't really have the change. We are just dancing to the tunes of the old cabal or the old circles, and the change is not really here for the Nigerian youth.
Okay, if I pick you more on the issue of youth, obviously, if you're just joining us today on this edition of Vince and You, we are talking about asking a simple question: is President Muhammadu Buhari recycling? Obviously, we're looking at the issue of the appointment he's made so far, and we're looking at the issues of the expected list of nominations for the ministerial positions, and we are asking, is he recycling? And so far, we are getting the information that he is a recycled president. So obviously, he's recycled. And let's look at some basic information. Look at the man in charge of the transition committee. All right, I believe that the man actually retired before I was born.
Yes.
That information I got, that he retired from public service before I was born. In the 80s. No, I think in the 70s.
In the 70s,
it was
from active service.
Yes,
but he played a major role to the 80s.
Yes, all right. So about in the 70s, he retired. And now we look at the issue of a retired army officer being chosen to work on custom. And don't you think that is a slide? Yes, it happened before. That happened before is not a right, that is the right thing to do, because custom has got a tradition of promotion and aspiring to be the best you can be in the service. And then you look at the issue of somebody in DSS who has retired from the DSS, who has either done the 35 years of service or reached a certain age
of 70
and retired, and now he's been back again. So what is the future for the youth of Nigeria if we're going to just recycle senior citizens? So the youth, you watching me, you are a female. There is no female so far in the nominations made in appointment made in Nigeria. You're a man of 40 or under 40. There's nothing like youth empowerment in this. And still you are quite educated. When are you going to speak for yourself? When are the youths going to rise up and speak? I'm not calling for a riot. I'm not calling for any kind of mass, whatever. But I'm saying, when, as a youth activist, when are you going to stand up to say that we have a stake in this government? It's our fatherland. Because these leaders of today were handed over in a cup of cake. When our forefathers handed power over, they were governors at the age of 28. 26, president at the age of 32, 33, they were presidents. But these guys don't want to hand over to any other person. They want to recycle. What are you saying to the youth of Nigeria?
I'll keep saying what I've been saying to the youths from day one. Nobody's going to hand you over anything. If you want it, you have to take it. Let's just say we have made this mistake in 2015, but I want to believe in 2019, the youths of Nigeria will actually rise up and take their rightful places. Someone said, oh, if the president is 70-something years old, let me just chill and enjoy my life. When I'm 70-something, I will go for presidency. It's saddening because you are at that point of your life where you're supposed to be resting and drinking fruit juice or smoothies, not running government, because whether you like it or not, age is always going to be a determinant of your activities. And the president was honest enough. That I like the man for one thing. He's an honest man. He says it as it is. He was honest enough to say that what he can do at 40, he can't do now. So there will be limits to what he can do and his performance. So I think the Nigerian youth, especially the Nigerian women, because when we say the Nigerian youth, the Nigerian women constitute for 60% of the electorate, and we are being neglected in the face of things. I have not yet seen a country run by a woman that is doing badly. Worldwide, they are doing well, and they give the dedications they give to their job, same as they can give to a family or whatever they are doing. Women are more dedicated and focused. Yes, I want to believe that the president in his future appointments will see more of women and youths, but so far so good. I'm disappointed to say, but I want to believe that what they say, that old wines are better. So let me see what the old wines can actually do.
Nigerian youth, you've heard it. In 2019, don't even wait till 2019. You start to have to plan now to stand up and be counted. Do not wait for the senior citizens. They will not do it for you because they're enjoying themselves. Because most of them don't even see value in you and me as youths of Nigeria. They think that we are useless. So we have to rise up, not by doing any protest, not by causing any kind of maniac or lawful act, but by doing things that are right. Do not wait for the seniors to give it to you. You have to get it, grab it, hold it, because the country belongs to all of us. Anyway, as we conclude on this particular edition of Vince and You, thank you, Amanda Chisom, for being our guest. And you've heard it from Amanda Chisom. Take care. Keep watching. God bless you. Bye-bye.